Alright, so I just got this Exped widget. We all need a widget, and who doesn't have one on their phone? Give me a break. Alright, so basically it's an air mat pump. This is definitely falls under luxury in my world, but in some ways it is a good thing because they do recommend using a pump. It could be like the dry bag type pumps or the hand pumps like this, but they recommend against blowing up like a down insulated mat because of the moisture. So in some ways this may prolong some of your gear. So in the box came the unit itself. So it is not only a pump, but it also can be a camp light too. And turn that off. It's 3 brightness. There's the fan running. Exhaust side and left. And both of the switch for the fan and the switch for the light, you have to double tap them in the beginning to start them. That way if they get bumped by accident in your pack or whatever, the fan's not kicking on. This fan also, if you double click and hold, it comes on in what they call the silent mode. I guess if you show up late to camp and you're not trying to wake everybody else, okay. Also, so you have on this side over here 2 ports, USB-C and an A. The C is for charging the unit, and the unit has a 3600 milliamp hour battery in it, and it has a type A port that you can actually pull power off to charge something. So it's a pretty small battery. I don't know if you'd be charging much. In the box it came with this low charging cable, C to A, and then 2 adapters. So I have Exped mats, so it actually works out, and there's a few others. You have to go online. I'm not going to go through the list, but other ones that this just pushes straight in and boom, you fill up your mat. This comes off, and from what I can see, the only reason right now is it needed to come off to fit in the box, so it didn't have this much more extending to it, because there's nothing else that connects here, and I can find nothing else on their website. Then they gave you these 2 little pieces of some type of vinyl rubber. I can't say for sure, silicone maybe. And these will slip over this, which is kind of a pain in the butt, and then slip over some other ones to make it more universal to different systems. Then this piece could fit inside this to reduce it even more, and they give you instructions on basically every mat company how to make this work with it. I'm kind of wondering why, if they're going to make this piece here come off, why not have these adapters built into it so it's a quicker and simpler. I'm not trying to wedge this around. It's not on this. It's made that way. I don't know. It wasn't dirt cheap, but it wasn't crazy expensive. That and this, and then it would have been nice if they gave us a little pouch or something to put it all in. If these are separate and can get lost from this, at least give me some little mesh net bag that I can put this in. Alright, does it work? Yeah, it worked great. So I have this mat right here that I blew up. It's 77 inches by 25 by 3.5. It took it like a minute, 5 minutes, 10 seconds to pump it up. They're saying that this basically the same mat but double the size. It could blow up in 4 minutes, which I would be surprised if it took that long, but I'm just going by their statements. And then you could do it 4 times. So if you use their numbers, that's 16 minutes of runtime. Well, if it only took a minute and a bit to blow this up, so I could blow that mat up at least 10 or 12 times. So to me, that's worth it. Plus, not usually, but I always carry a battery bank that I could charge this up if I had to. Now, I personally, I know there was one other thing I don't really like about this, and it's the little, and I don't know if I can even get the camera, there you go. The signage for the different ports and the on and off. At night, or even see if I start pulling this away, those things come invisible almost. And after, I guess, a while after you figure the feel out, you could probably work that way. But I don't know. I'm sure, because I do know, because it costs more money. But they could have emphasized these somehow differently, made it a little bit more. I guess this one's on top. After you use it enough, you might get used to it. But it just seems to me if these were black, in which I may take a magic marker and color in the fan and make it look black, or the light, just so it's a little quicker and it's one less thing I'm fumbling with. But other than that, I like it. What I was going to say is, I'm not sure if I would use it as a battery backup or as a light, because I bought it to pump up mats. The last thing I want to be doing is uncharging it, not pumping up mats, when I have a battery bank that I could plug all these other things into and just leave this alone. And I always carry a different style light anyhow. And those are options that are here that can be used by somebody if they wanted to use them. Alright, so one thing that I had a question about, and others might, is can you deflate the mat with this? Which to me is almost would be a better thing. And they kind of talk about it a little bit, that you could try this and put this over it. But what I found the problem was when you put it over the little port, that it just sucked down the two pieces of material. What would be nice is if I had a piece, and I'll end up doing something, I guarantee you, of rubber like this maybe, but longer, that fit over this and seal where I don't have to hold it here. And then cut this on like squares or drill holes in it or something, so that when the mat comes up and closes the bottom off, it's pulling air from around the side, where it'll be much harder for the material to roll up and try to close those holes. Because deflating it to me is more of a hassle than blowing it up. It's got a hand pump built into it, and that's another thing. If that's a smaller, like one of the little tube V type mats, shoot, you probably pump up 20 of those easy. But making it deflate to me is probably a little thing that I'll screw around with and see if it can be practical or not. But it would be nice. Alright, so quick little one more view. I saw it on I went and just priced it out a little bit, and $49 all day basically. I saw it one place at $55, which I consider the highest, but then I saw another one that was $68, but those are usually more typo errors, because anybody that's trying to get $68 for this is out of their mind. And I saw it in a couple places as low as $40 and $60. Yeah, and would I buy another one if I needed to? Yeah. Oh, another thing too, and I don't know, I fooled around with it a little bit, but supposedly you can send this back, and the 2 lithium batteries at the end of their life are replaceable. Just return the widget to the dealer, which sent it to dealer which sent it to Exped distributor for replacing with a new one. Widgets are designed to be able to have the battery replaced. So that's a nice thing. You can send this back. I'm sure there's a charge. I don't know what it is. Maybe there isn't. And they'll replace the batteries. They'll send you a new unit and just replace the batteries out and send that one out. They'll just rotate them, I'm sure. But anyhow, if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.